All right, hello wine drinking people. Time for more of what I've had to drink yesterday. Always happy to see our friends from the Piemonte. Lisa Scavnio was in, one of the Scavnio daughters. And let me tell you, their wines are all outstanding. A little disappointed because, no, we didn't have any Cara Brick. There was no Brick del Fiasco, no Rocca dell'Annunziata, another Ambrosio, another Canubi. And funny, I just had their 03 Canubi the other night, and it was absolutely fantastic. And then somebody brought the 97 Cara Brick to the party, and also unbelievable. One of my favorite producers' wines. I don't know how many different single vineyard Barolos they make, 7 or 8, but all of them are outstanding. And then all of their wines, their entry-level wines, really over-deliver, which is what we're focusing on here today. And the newest release is 2013, the Sorriso White, which they own 23 hectares and rent 1.5. They identify only their own grapes. They don't purchase any grapes other than ones that they rent, a very small percentage of what they have. Only one white wine, that's right, the Piedmont's not known for their whites. This one was born in the 1998 vintage, a very unique blend of Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc, and Viognier, all stainless vinification, no mallow. This wine is a true expression of what these varietals are like in the Piedmont. A really pretty bouquet here, white peaches, grapefruit, fresh apples, lemon citrus, white flowers, along with a gravelly kind of minerally note. Really strong musky note for the Sauvignon Blanc coming out on the second day as this wine opens up, and a good amount of juicy, fresh fruit on the tongue. This wine's got that pretty floral nuance and the tongue-tingly effervescence you get from that minerality in the soils, and excellent juice at $18. What a great little value. All right, the Scavnio Rosso. This wine has been a favorite here for many years. Also from 2013, a blend of Nebbiolo, Barbero, Dolcetto, and there used to be Cabernet in here, but they took it out. Like so many people, removing Cabernet from the indigenous varietals here. And 20-30% of this juice is sold off in bulk. This wine is also made with 100% stainless. You get that lovely fresh berry pie nose here. Pretty flowers, some earthy notes. Really fresh and lively bouquet. And this wine has a lovely richness on the tongue. That fresh dark cherry plum and blackberry fruit notes coming out. The dark earth, little truffly notes and floral highlights. Really nice complexity here for a $15 wine. Am I seeing that price right? Very good stuff. All right. And then the Dolcetto di Alba. Why? Well, it's in their DNA, man. They have 2 different vineyard sites with Dolcetto. This one's got a nice blackberry and blueberry fruit, pretty violet notes, and almost like a Fruit Loop cereal kind of note coming out as this wine opens on the second day. Bright and fresh blackberry fruit on the tongue with fine tannins and tart blackberry finish. You know, we had an 05 Dolcetto we found in the bins. We opened it for brown bag. People loved it. Maybe this wine will get better as it ages at $18. A good little example of Dolcetto. The Barbera di Alba, one of the 2 Barberas that they make here. This one's from Lamora, higher elevations, eastern exposure, loose calcareous soils. The vineyard was planted in 1992, and this wine's got a very pretty floral aroma. One of the things we love about Barbera, this juicy fruit it's got, bright black cherry fruit, and longer macerations to get out more of the tannins. And this one's got a lovely blackberry forward, seductive, fruity nature to the palate. Pretty floral notes, a nice complement of earth and black truffle, and bright, refreshing acidity. Another reason why Barbera can age that acidity. Very good juice at $20.50. The Nebbiolo Langhe, and this is from Lamora, 2 single vineyards, 1 east, 1 west. And they could use this for Barolo, but, you know, these guys make a very high-level Nebbiolo Langhe here. Shorter maceration times here with nice spice note to the nose, rose petal floral notes, some truffly notes. Very Burgundian vintage, 2012, whatever that means. Very aromatic. Thick and juicy red berry fruit on the tongue with a ton of that liqueur-like richness coming out as the wine opens. Red licorice spice, a host of that pretty floral and truffly notes from the nose through the finish. A very good example of an entry-level Nebbiolo. And then the Barolo DOCG, which, hey, they make 7 Barolos. I wouldn't call any of them entry-level, but they have 7 different vineyard sites that go into this one, and not from the single vineyard plights, from different plights. So kind of interesting. And they're focusing on giving you a different terroir, a little expression of each of the different sites in this wine, and all of the wines are made the same way, meaning the difference is just the terroir here, which means 10 to 12 days of maceration in larger oak barrels, and they use the barrels for a period of 7 years, and they're racked out and put into barrels till September, 1 year in cask, back into stainless for cold stabilization, from small vessels to larger vessels, therefore reducing the oxidization to retain the fruit. All right, you get that? All right, bright red cherry fruit with silky smooth tannins here. Very drinkable for the 2010 for how great this vintage is. It's amazing how these wines are going through their baby fat stage and really showing nicely that lovely spice and earthy aromas you get from Barolos, the truffle, the floral rose petal notes, and a nice spice. Even better on the second day. This hardly an entry-level Barolo. This wine could age for a decade or more in your cellars. Excellent juice. And that's what we had with our friends from Scavnio Winery, Paolo Scavnio Winery. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying remember, always drink the good stuff first.